Hey everybody, I'm Chris.
And I'm Chris.
And we are Tripping with the Chris's.
Welcome back.
Yep. Hey, and I would just like to say, hey, if you haven't subscribed already, what are you waiting for?
Come on. Hop on the tripping train.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
This week we're going to talk about
Well, okay, let's say this is a follow-up
to last week.
to our last one. Yes, and so we're continuing with the theme of Disney World.
And it'll be our last week of doing our Disney.
we had such a great time, and we just wanted to highlight some of our favorite things about those parks before we get off that topic and on to RVing stuff again.
Yeah. And I'll link at the end, the hotel that we stayed at, Kidani Village.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So we'll start with park number 1, the main one, the one that they're most known for is Magic Kingdom.
Yep.
And so, Chris, what is your favorite thing about Magic Kingdom?
Oh, well, I am so glad you asked. I think it's the nostalgia of it being Magic Kingdom at Disney World. It's going into the park, walking down Main Street, looking at Cinderella's castle, smelling all the smells that go on, and all the cast members just waving and making you feel right at home.
All the feels.
Yep.
So, my favorite thing about Magic Kingdom is the layout of the park. And it's just the way you wander through the different lands. You've got Frontierland, Adventureland, Fantasyland, and Tomorrowland. And each one has its own special feel. And I just love that about each one. You feel like you're almost in 4 different parks in one.
Yeah, and the cool thing is that you don't see any cast member that's not supposed to be in that area, because it's all built up on it's the second floor. The whole park is raised up, and there's a basement. So all the cast members, they go in through the bottom, and then they come out at whatever land they're supposed to be in.
Yeah, it's like a hidden underground tunnel for the cast.
Yeah.
So they can get from A to B without being seen by everyone.
Yep.
And get to where they need to be so that they can be seen by everyone.
Yeah.
A little side note, my favorite treat there is the Dole Whip. I love the Dole Whip. You can't get that in any other park.
No, you get the Dole Whip with the pineapple juice.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
But I have to share. It's just too much. So.
Yeah, I'll go get one and we both split it.
It's
so
good.
And it's too sweet. I can only eat so much of it anyways.
Yeah.
So
but
it's a very
there's
sweet
nothing
treat.
like it. It's delicious.
Yep.
So our next park would
Is
be
Epcot. And Chris, what is your favorite thing about Epcot?
Okay, well, let me first say that my favorite park of all of them is Epcot. Yes, and everyone that knows me knows that is my favorite. And the reason that is because of the world side of it. There's 2 sides, and the world showcase is what I love. Because, well, pre-pandemic, they had employees, cast members they're called, from those countries come in. And so in Italy you'd have people from Italy, and in France you'd have them, in Great Britain you'd have them, and they were like real people from those countries. So they had their accents and their language.
Yep. And they were real
and
people.
Their knowledge of their own country.
Yep.
And so you could interact with them, and they were just people, and it was really, really neat. And then also in those countries, you could eat the foods from those countries.
And drink the drinks from those countries.
Drink the drinks, wine in Germany and beer in Germany and then wine in Italy and Prosecco in France. Well, I guess that would be champagne, not Prosecco.
Yes.
Prosecco's Italy. Yeah, in Mexico, you get all the margaritas and they have a tequila bar.
Yep.
So it's just the immersion. And Canada is really neat. They're known for their steaks and they've got a great steakhouse there.
Yep, Le Cellier.
Yep. My favorite snack in Epcot is the popcorn. Just gonna say, I ate a lot of popcorn.
You can buy a bucket of popcorn for $12, and you keep the bucket and you get it refilled for $2.
Every time, all day long, however often you want.
But if you take it up there, tell them you want the box instead of filling up the bucket, and they'll give you a box of popcorn, and it gives you, I don't know, 2-3 cups more of popcorn.
It's more. So if you're sharing with your kids or whoever you're with, that's definitely the way to go. And I'm just going to say that Epcot is the only park that offers flavored popcorns. You can find them there. Chris, what's your favorite thing about Epcot?
My favorite thing about Epcot's the new Ratatouille ride. If you've never seen the movie, you need to watch the movie before you do the ride, because I don't know that you'd really catch the ride if you've not seen the movie. I guess you might, but they shrink you down to the size of a rat, and you're going through the kitchen of a restaurant, and the whole deal is that Ratatouille is wanting to become a chef and cook a fine dinner for all his friends.
Without getting murdered.
Without getting
by the
stepped
kitchen
on.
staff.
Yes.
Yeah, but the ride is multi-dimensional, really.
Yes. Yep.
Multi-sensory.
Yeah. Yep. So that's my favorite thing. Now, with the food and wine festival going on, which we were, I would not advise taking kids there at night.
It occurs in the fall.
Yep.
Sometime in September, all through October, and
half of November.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much a big drunk fest.
Late at night.
Late at night.
Yeah, before the park closes. I'd say the last hour and a half.
Yep, it's matter of fact, we book it out. I'm not a big fan of the food and wine festival late at night, just because for me it's a little more rowdy and.
Well, you get a lot of the locals. It's on the weekend. It's like that. During the week, not so much. But Friday, Saturday night, it's like that because the locals all like to come and party. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing at all.
But you don't want to be there with your kids.
No, you don't.
And I just, honestly, I don't see how those people get out of the park in that condition, because it is a long walk back to the gate.
Yep. It's long back. So, yep.
Yeah.
So.
But anyway, during the day, it's fun to sample the foods from those countries.
Oh, it is. Absolutely.
Yep.
And the drinks.
Just take some money, because it's expensive.
It is. All right, where are we at next, young lady?
So, Animal Kingdom.
And Animal Kingdom is, for both of us, it is, what's the name of it?
Oh, the Avatar Flight of Passage.
Yeah. That by far is our favorite.
It's the best thing about that park, period. In our opinion.
Yeah.
In our humble opinion.
And it's in the land of, what land is it in?
Avatar?
No, yeah, it's Avatar Pandora.
Pandora. It's in Pandora.
It's Pandora's land or whatever. Very immersive, but small landscaping for Pandora and Avatar. There's only 2 rides. There's Avatar: The Flight of Passage, and then there is the
Navi River ride.
The Navi River ride, which is pretty cool as well. It's pretty. If you're an Avatar fan, you're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah,
So,
if you're a fan of Avatar at all, that area is really cool.
yeah,
they've done it justice.
you don't have to be an Avatar fan to enjoy the Flight of Passage at all. because you get on a Banshee, which is like riding a motorcycle, and it's a 4D ride that is phenomenal. My only problem that I have with the ride is that I start getting motion sick at the very end of it. So when I get off, I'm a little queasy.
Which is funny because I don't get like that on that ride, but I can watch a movie sometimes and will get motion sick.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's up with that ride and me not being bothered by it, but it's pretty incredible.
Now that being said, Animal Kingdom in itself is an amazing place. It's actually the largest park at Walt Disney World itself.
The landscape, it's pretty lush there. They've got so many different tropical plants, and I don't know, you just feel like you're walking through a rainforest almost.
Yeah.
And there's trails that you can take with little, I don't know, in the summertime they bring out like these carriers with snakes and spiders for the kids to go up, and they've got a cast member, ranger type person there that will talk to the kids and educate them about these creature critters.
Start that one over.
Okay.
So and the Kilimanjaro ride is a phenomenal ride.
Yeah, that's a good
itself.
runner-up for sure.
Yeah, and that's where you get in the vehicles, and they take you through
A safari.
a safari ride. Yeah, and that's like one of the only rides that there is a true driver driving a truck that's not on a track. It's not automated at all, and the reason why is because they have to be able to start and stop the truck
For the animals.
because they're not allowed to shoo them off the road or whatever. So you may be stuck on the road for, I don't know that you'd be there more than 5-10 minutes, because then they call somebody up and somebody comes and shoos them off the road. But the drivers are not allowed to shoo them off the road or have any interaction with the animals.
In fact, our kids were in a bus 2 up ahead of us, and they got stuck because there were
Giraffes.
a couple of giraffes in the road and they couldn't get by them, so they just had to sit there and wait for someone to come and get them moved out of the way.
Yep.
They didn't want to go anywhere.
Nope.
So that's kind of cool, up close and personal.
Yep.
Yep.
And then we have,
Last but not least, Hollywood Studios.
yep. And for Hollywood Studios, it's Star Wars Land. By far the coolest.
That's really about it for me. They've changed so much at that park, and it's just not the same landscape that it was.
Yeah, when we first started going, it's changed a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely changed.
But Star Wars Land, you go through a tunnel, and then all of a sudden you're in Star Wars.
It's very immersive too.
It is, and they have characters pre-pandemic. They had characters that would walk among all the guests and interact with the guests.
They had Jedi training for the kids, remember?
Yep, Jedi training for the kids. I'm not sure if they still do that.
I don't think they do with pandemic.
But the cast members like Chewbacca and those, now they're somewhere in the land, but not walking among the guests. So where they used to walk among the guests and interact, and
yeah, they used to have the stormtroopers come down the road.
yeah,
And
the stormtrooper march.
it kind of started out, gosh, probably 10 years ago or more. It was probably more than that, where they just had Star Wars Day, or week, Star Wars week. And it was in June. And the end of June, I think, because we always seemed to be there with the kids while that was going on. And it's really evolved now with the new Star Wars movies that have come out, and
Yep.
and then they've created this land, and it too is very immersive. Yeah, you feel like you're in it. And
Yep.
it's the landscape and the rides.
They have 2 incredible rides,
Rise of the Resistance.
which is by far the best. Next to Ratatouille, that's probably the best ride. The only problem with that is it's 3 rides in one. So if one section breaks down, then the whole ride is shut down. And it breaks down more than any other ride. Matter of fact, it broke down both times we were in line for 45 minutes. So.
It was still worth it.
Yep. And what's your favorite?
My favorite there's the Rock and Roller Coaster. I like Aerosmith a lot, and they play different Aerosmith songs. It's a very short ride, but it's very thrilling, very exhilarating. The takeoff is just
0 to 60 in 2-point-something seconds.
yeah, it's incredible. And then it's corkscrew.
Yeah, loop to loop to loop.
And dips, and
Yep.
it's really cool. I
Yeah.
enjoy it. It's a thrill. It's a big thrill for a short period of time. It's a big rush.
Yep.
So I enjoy that.
Yeah.
We'll see. They're developing that park more. They can't quite figure out what all they want to do with it.
No,
It's a little messy right now, but I'm sure it'll come together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't skip it. I
No,
would
don't
never
skip it.
I
But
would
it's not a full day. It's not a full day park either.
no, that and Animal Kingdom are
Yeah.
not. But anyway, those are our takeaways, and
That's it.
we hope you get something out of that. And
Yep.
let us know if you agree or not.
Absolutely. Put something in the comments and tell us what your favorite thing is in the park. So until next week, don't forget to like,
Subscribe.
and ring the bell for notifications. And hang on, I'm gonna put last week's Kidani Village right up here. Take care, everybody.
Be kind.
Bye.
Bye.